got the salt and pepper.
No, I don't think at all that she killed the kids. No, no. I don't think she was the greatest mother, but then who is? I don't think she should have had a third baby to try and fix whatever. Like, there were problems. There must have been problems in the marriage. You know what I mean? Girlfriend was pressuring him.
Yeah, hadn't the girlfriend been looking up wedding dresses?
I read that. I saw that part. Yeah. Because 8 inches. Ugh, 8 inches. Don't we all wish 8 inches?
Really?
Although, you know, whatever.
What a horrible thing to say.
This is 8 inches. So, didn't he know it would be hard to get them in 8 inches? But they were little, but oh, he must have had to push so hard. Okay. She's not a martyr. Like, everybody is making her out to be a martyr. Can't she just be a regular woman that had, that wasn't authentic that much on YouTube, that made her kids sleep too much? She wasn't a perfect woman. She wasn't. Okay, so we need to give her a gold star because she was trying to go to therapy?
If you ever wondered what sort of a person Lardy is, here is your answer. Talking about a woman who was murdered. I don't care if she was going meow, 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 down his ear 24 hours a day. No one deserves that. Least of all the children.
Let's just keep them separate. Like, it can be separate. She doesn't have to be made into a martyr. No, I know no one said she's perfect, but, and it's like speaking ill of the dead. I love it when people get what I'm saying, because I can't express myself always. But, so, okay, he was planning it for 3 days, so he knew that he was going to put them in the oil thing and shove them in. I wish he would tell. Wouldn't it just make us all feel so much better?
But that's the thing, Lardy. It's not about you. It's not about you feeling better. The only people that need to know that are her family and his family, and that's it. The rest of the world don't have a right to know why and when and how. It's nothing to do with us. It's just another really sad story of deaths that could have been avoided.
Do you think she was I know, that's what I made in planning it. Couldn't stand her anymore, her controlling. She made me feel, let him say that. She made me feel like I wasn't a man. You have no idea the things she would say to me. Do this, do that. I did everything. And I don't know, Liz. Just Google Chris Watts movie.
There was a movie already. Wow.
So you think Audra, that he was like, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, okay. Where am I?
See, watch all this. And then when she's doing this, talking about her world falling apart and pretending to cry and all the rest of it, it's all an act. But yet, none of them see it. They're stupid.
Oh, in the oil things. He didn't think of the size. So he didn't drag Shanann up there. He knew she wouldn't fit. Yes, but that probably came with the job. I have life insurance at my job too. I'm not killing my son.
Might if it benefited you.
The oil can. Okay, there's a theory that he was going to light fire to Shanann's body, or blow up the whole place. But see, he didn't have time because he didn't think that Nicole. I don't know. He didn't think that Nicole would be there so soon. See, he should have first texted the friend and said, from Shanann's phone, and said, hey girl.
So if anyone goes missing, to do with Lardy, we've got a confession here, haven't we? Like I said, there's no point in him texting Nicole. One, he doesn't know how they communicate with each other. She might not say, hey girl. How does she sign off? Who is the friend? Nicole is her best friend. So if she was going to stay with her friend, wouldn't it have been her? And if it wasn't her, she'd tell her who it was. She wouldn't leave her hanging.
I've been going through a lot. I just need a few days to decompress. I'm going somewhere with the girls. I'm not telling anyone. I don't want you to worry about me. We are safe. But I need to get away and I need to not be disturbed.
And wouldn't that raise more questions?
Right?
No.
If you're premeditating it, yeah, she did. But was Nicole, the friend, a Gladys Kravitz?
If a Gladys Kravitz is a nosy person, then who cares? My neighbour, the one we're joined to, if anything's happening in the street, she's looking out the window. I'm glad she does that. Because if anything goes down, I know we can ask her what happened. Unless there's a thunderstorm and then she's in the wardrobe. Bless her. They had a caravan. They've sold it now because they're an older couple. And if there was ever a thunderstorm, she was in the wardrobe, in the caravan, terrified. And he was at the clubhouse. And it's like, you're horrible to her. And it's like he said, it wouldn't matter if I was there or not. That's where she'd be, hiding in the thing. Bless her. Anyway, but yeah, I like nosy neighbours. Because they'll notice if something's amiss.
Oh, you're right. He didn't know. She knew the password. He was stupid as shit. Or so he said. That's what he said. Yeah.
How many people know the passwords to their husband's phone and laptop and whatever? I know my husband's. My son knows mine and my husband's. Madam tells nobody. So if we ever needed to get into hers, we're buggered because we don't know. And I don't know my son's, but I could hazard a guess. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, he did something the other day. Our Wi-Fi was off, and he can do a hotspot thing on his phone. And he let me use him so I could do something on my computer. And I said to him, "What's the password?" And he said, "Guess," and I guessed it. But obviously I'm not going to tell you lot, am I?
I mean, thank God for Nicole. Gladys Kravitz, nosy neighbor, nosy friend, or good person friend, whatever. Thank God for her. Yeah. I don't have anybody that would do that for me. If I died right now, the only way anyone would know that something was wrong is the smell of the body.
Don't talk bollocks. You have a son that lives with you.
Serious. This is making me cry. I'm serious.
Let's make it all about me now and cry.
I didn't even have a friend that helped me to just bring me coffee after I got out of the hospital. I didn't even have a child that walked behind me so that I wouldn't fall from work. They would call a bit from work, yeah. Work would be calling, but they wouldn't come and find me. They wouldn't be like, something's wrong.
Yeah, they would. If you didn't turn up for work and you weren't answering your phone, they'd do what all Americans do and get a welfare check, get the police to come out and see if you were okay. So yes, somebody would care. Your son would care. She just loves wallowing in self-pity, doesn't she?
They would call, but it would be a few days. They'd be like, oh, Lori didn't show up. And this is not unusual because even on Sex in the City, Miranda, when she choked that time, she was like, I'm all alone, I'm all alone. Like nobody would have known. The cat would have eaten her face.
What is the fucking obsession with Sex in the City? And I just did a video of Lisa's where she was going on about it again. And she said Sex in the City. It's not. It's and I didn't even fucking watch it. And it would take a while before the cat would eat a face, Lardy.
Her friends, by the time your friends know, which is usually a couple of days, come on. Like Burke texts me every day, but he would be like, Mom, are you there? Nobody would send the police.
Yeah, they would.
After a day of not hearing from me, he'd think I didn't.
Yes, he would, because it's so unlike you. That's the thing. If somebody fucking texted me and I didn't answer for a month, they wouldn't think it was unusual because I don't use the fucking phone. You need to be surgically removed from yours. So yes, it would be a strange occurrence if you didn't answer any message all day long.
Answer him.
Go on, try and make yourself cry.
I don't know. Nobody has a friend like Nicole.
Yeah, people
She
do.
actually went to the doctor's office and begged them to tell her if Shanann missed her appointment. And they did. Yeah. But then again, Becca, I'm going to give an example. Let's say you're married for around 10 years and your husband dies. What happens then?
What do you mean what happens?
You don't know how to do anything. You're completely dependent on that person. You know? You know what I mean? Like, so really, you think you're not alone, but we're all alone. We are born alone and we die alone,
No, you're born with your mother. There's you
right?
and your mum. You're not alone. Your mother's there. You may die alone, yes, but you're never born alone.
We do it. Nobody else does it. Nobody's born for us. Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood, just like, I mean, come up. She died the exact way she was terrified. But everybody dies alone, Scottish Heron. By the way, somebody used your fake name to get on my feed once, and we all knew it was not you. They put like an extra N or something, and they started to bash me. Just want you to know that. That's how sick and how far people will go.
Why are you telling her that? What can she do about it? Now she feels guilty. She didn't need to know that.
You mean dying alone as far as holding someone's hand? I'm gonna die alone. I'm terrified of death. Terrified of knowing. No, don't be sorry. It wasn't you. We all knew. We were like, somebody.
See? Now she's apologising and feeling bad. You didn't need to tell her that. Fuck's sake, this woman.
He's making up Scottish Heron. I knew it wasn't you. Oh, yeah, Quig Map Pub. That makes a lot of sense. We're almost at 2:01. Come on, 192. Natalie Wood. Call her Natalie Wood. No. Oh, no. I don't think Shanann looked anything like her. If we're being honest, like, I think Shanann, I couldn't pick her out of a crowd. She didn't look, anything exceptional. She looked like everybody else. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was nothing special looking about her. She had an average body, average colored hair, average face, like, just.
Way to go knocking the dead, girl.
I mean, she was pretty. Like, I think she was pretty, but I don't think she was beautiful. I personally just wouldn't look and say, oh, she's beautiful. The mistress did look like her. Maybe, Candy. I'll be the best mother-in-law.
Yeah.
I just didn't find her. To me, there was nothing special about her from her YouTube videos. That's all I'm going by, right? There was nothing special. There was no special spark. There was nothing that made me, very average looking, which isn't bad, but there wasn't anything special. Like,
Go on, say like me.
I don't know. And the mistress, even more, could never pick her out of a crowd.
Why do either of them have to look like Natalie Wood? Not everybody marries a fucking beauty queen, do they? Or a Chippendale.
Deserve what? Oh my goodness, Sherry. You're so, yeah. You broke your hip and then was able to crawl. Look at the strength in that. Wow. You know, you survive if you have to. Mistress was just, I could never pick her out of a crowd. Worst voice ever.
Says you.
Oh, Scottish Heron, thank you. Yeah, she was very, very rough. The mistress was rough.
Have you looked in a mirror?
No, but some people said Shanann was gorgeous. I didn't find anything. I will admit I did look into Thrive because there were some videos that I was like, this stuff sounds good. Because I have fibromyalgia. I have Epstein-Barr. I'm hurting all the time.
Oh, now you have fibromyalgia, yeah. Not long after you met me. Really weird that, isn't it?
I've been tested for lupus, but I don't have it. But so I know when she talks about like how she was in pain and all of that, I totally get it. And you look fine. But then with this whole case and everything, I'm like, I'm staying away from that stuff. Like, it made her calm yet have energy. What is that? Like, so she was trying to show a lot in her videos with her kids hanging all over. See, thank God for Thrive. I can deal with my kids. Oh,
You should know that any malum will say whatever the fuck they have to get somebody to buy it. Doesn't mean it actually does what it says. Sensi is one of the few things that actually what they tell you is true. You get what you pay for. Do you know what I mean? Overpriced, but yet it smells nice and the warmers are pretty. But all the others, like, what are they? I was watching that girl and she was saying, is it Young Living? Living Proof? I don't know. The oil people. There's loads of them. That one Shawnee was a thing for a while. That diet one or whatever the fuck it was. It's all a load of bullshit. They don't do what they say they do.
oh, Liz, you should call me. Oh my God, Angela. Like, it is, I think, is this my life? Is this my life? And also, my neck is not shaped right because, oh, here I go, blaming it on my mother, but
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. When I was a baby, she didn't hold my head. You know how everyone says, hold the baby's head, hold the baby's head?
I'm sorry. You said you used to drape Burke on your big fat arm, and the only person I ever saw holding his head was your mother. Any excuse to blame her.
I was a baby that didn't get its head held. Instead, she thought that I wanted to look out for my carriage, which was like a pram back in the 60s. They didn't have anything to lift the baby up. So I was lying on my back and I probably had gas. Because, I mean, I could have seen trees and clouds, but my mother at 24 thought, oh, she wants to sit up. She wants to look out. So she found this harness that you get for
How old were you? You haven't said yet.
like little kids, but instead figured out a way to harness me, and I couldn't even hold my head up because this is how the story goes. And so I was like this, and she
How
was
do you
bouncing all
know?
over New York City curbs because she would go down on the back of, she didn't go, I saw it when she did with Burke. I'm like, what are you doing with the stroller? Because she was letting the back wheels just bounce off of the curb. And so the story was, and I always liked the story, it was like, oh, you were so cute. You just had to see all around. You were always so interested. So we put this harness around you and you loved it. Yeah, probably because I got rid of the gas, whatever. And I would get such dirty looks from all of the mothers because I was an infant in a harness so that I could look out. My head was bobbing all around. So my neck is not shaped like that, like your spine from the side is supposed to be this part is shaped like that. Mine is shaped like that. So I have no bone here. You can't feel the bone. So
There's nothing wrong with your fucking fat neck. She tells that story all the time and I'm totally confused because I don't know what she's on about. So the back of your neck is supposed to stick out, is it? 'Cause yours goes in like every fucker else's.
Normal head weighs 15 pounds, but because of the way my alignment is, this is all from a chiropractor and it all makes sense. And I have compression is as though I'm holding up a 50-pound head.
Whatever.
And when I told my mother, I didn't tell her the whole thing. I said, straight jacket? What? I said to my mother, oh, I went to the chiropractor and it's, my neck is all screwed up. And she's like, oh yeah, I remember the doctor saying your neck wouldn't break as a baby. It's bouncy, But at like 3 years old, I once turned the wrong way. She was putting this dress on me and I had to go to the doctor. I couldn't move my head. Like, that's not normal for a 3-year-old to have a neck problem. And she took, when, you go to the doctor and they feel your spine, he was like, she's all messed up. Like, her back is not normal. But my mother said, I never thought anything of it because you used to take dance and you were ballet and you never complained. And okay, so then recently I told her, I said, I went to the chiropractor. This was a year ago. And your head normally weighs 15 pounds, but the way my alignment is, it's as though I have a 50-pound head. And she's texting me back and saying, yep, neck problems at 3. Texting me back and she's like, 50-pound head? Oh my God, what a quack. I've never heard of such a thing. Blah, blah. I never told her the whole thing because what was the point? You were 24, you didn't know what the fuck you were doing. But I knew, I saw it, like it all made sense. When I had my baby and my mother didn't know how to help me and then took him on in the...
Excuse me, why did she have to help you? You were 30 years of age or 31. 30 something. And you don't know how to look after your own baby.
Stroller, and I used to say to her, hold his head. When she was holding him in her arm, I said, hold his head. And she's like, I am. But she was holding his neck, not his head, his neck. Ah. Anyways, why am I talking about this?
Yeah, why?
I don't remember. Because I just drank 3 shots of whiskey. I forget why I brought this up.
Dragging it off the spoon with your teeth.
Oh, 205. Yoo-hoo.
What is she eating and
I'm not
how
blaming
much
my
is
mom.
there?
I'm just telling you what happened.
You are blaming your mother. That's exactly what you're doing.
But why did I bring that up? About holding my head. Oh, yeah. Fibro? Mm-mm. Right, why I want to thrive. Because I'm in pain all the time because of my neck. She didn't know better, right? She didn't know better. I mean...
So you're telling me that at 24, your mother didn't know how to look after a baby, how to hold it, and not to crank you up in the stroller when you were out and about, and no one went up to her and said, you really should be doing... Really?
Who's fat?
You!
Right, and like I always have pain here. And I have fibro, which comes from the Epstein bar. I don't want to go out anymore.
It always happens, doesn't it?
Oh, I'm fat? Wow, she's fat? Okay. Brenda, yeah, common sense. I don't think she did on purpose.
I don't believe a word of it. I was fucking babysitting at 10 and I knew how to hold a baby. Utter bollocks. There's nothing wrong with your fucking neck.
I haven't had too much fibro flares.
You haven't had too much fibro flares. You don't know what a fibro flare fucking is. Right, I'm going to call it here because my food should be here soon, so I can make this part 1. I was going to go to 45, but it got stuck, so... Ooh, the ice cream van. Anywho, if you got this far with me, thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next one.